morning. Hello. Good morning. I'm so tired from Thanksgiving, so I'm just going to tuck in with a good book and go to bed. I feel like the duck needs a name. Any suggestions? And just in case anyone was wondering, Mr. Happy Yappy is taken, so, can't use that. 'Cause we all know you were thinking that. Why am I like this? I don't know. I had every intention today of filming this final video in better lighting, but that didn't happen. So, yes, also ignore the nightmare that is my nails. I just painted them, so they're a little sad. I can try. But yes, so this is the final video of the NaNoWriMo vlogs. If I continue vlogging, it's going to be on a monthly basis. But yes, so I did it. I am really excited about that this year. Mostly I just can't believe that I did it so early. I think having a buddy to help really sped things along. Like, I still did okay on my own book, but it definitely helped with the buddy. And yeah, so these are our final word totals. So, yes, so that's it, basically. I'm done. It is the 30th. Well, I mean, technically it's after midnight, so it's already the 1st. But yeah, it was a pretty good year. It started off a little bit stressful, but I feel like it did get better as the month went. I had like a little bit of a slump there, kind of like in the middle. I feel like that's pretty normal. It's like the first couple of days are really hard, and then the like couple middle days, then like the last 2 days, so it's like the good meatier portion of it seems to be fine, at least for me. And then I tend to have like some more complicated days, but mostly I just had my slump kind of in the middle, and then I was kind of like, ugh. But I am super happy because I mostly drafted my personal novel. Again, I only missed a few chapters, and pretty much everything that I wrote needs to be added to, because I just sort of did like, again, a heavier outline in a way. But yeah, so that's basically good. I am not going to continue working on that one anytime soon, because I'm kind of okay not working on it immediately. If I go back to that series, I'm gonna work on other books that are more important in that. I just like to have the draft basically ready to go so that when I am ready, I can make the decision to work on it. I like to have a lot of drafts, mostly because I am unable to focus on anything for more than like 15 minutes, so I need to have like 30 projects going, otherwise I can't handle it. But our group project we are going to continue working on. I was just talking to my writing partner about that, and she suggested that we actually basically just do one round of responses every day until we kind of get going again, so that we don't lose the streak, which I think is fine. And again, I'm always happy doing dialogue, so I was like, yes, please. But yeah, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get that final, well, it's not the final draft, it's kind of like the almost final draft of that book done here in a few months, and then we can begin editing, which will be long and grueling, but I'm kind of excited to do that for a change, because it's been a long time since we've been able to like properly edit anything, and now this is definitely like the final version of the story, so I am very excited. And again, we're about I would say about a third of the way through that book. From what I can tell, it's always hard because sometimes I think things will be longer or shorter, but I feel like I get kind of an impression of the length that it seems like we are about a little over a third of the way into it. So pretty exciting. And yeah, there are still a few things that I need to work on. Like one of my characters, I definitely need to integrate her more into the story, because I feel like I attempted to do that and I'm not sure that I really went at it enough. So I need to do that. And there are a few other things that I had for my main character in this story. So it'll be a little bit of a process, but so far, I'm really happy with it. I finally had the time to actually go through and read everything, at least that we wrote in the group project. I sort of was not emotionally prepared to handle reading my personal one. I'm not sure I could do it'll be like a month or more before I finally sit down and actually like go through that one and acknowledge what I've done. But for our group project, which is the more important one, I am very happy. And a lot of it is actually very clean this year. Normally for Nano, it's like a garbage fire because I just plow through it and I worry about going in and correcting everything later. But this year we wrote very clean. Again, thank you, my writing partner, for keeping me responsible. Which also, I have just been calling her my writing partner this entire month, and I realize that now, but her name is Allison. So I should just use her name. But yes, so very happy. But did you guys do Nano? How did you guys do with Nano? Tell me what your story is about. Again, if you're comfortable, like it's taken me forever to get to the point where I'm even able to talk about it. So at some point I hope to actually go into detail. Basically, the books that I wrote this year, one of them is fantasy sci-fi and the other one is also kind of fantasy sci-fi, but more on the fantasy. One is more science fiction, one's more fantasy, but it seems weird to just call one science fiction, one fantasy, so. But yeah, so again, tell me how your Nano went and everything. I really actually genuinely want to know because I'm really curious, and I've sort of been like watching a lot of the live streams and stuff that people have been doing over the month. I might have been too shy to comment, but I did interact in a few of them, which is also why I had a little bit of a question for you guys as well. So this year I tried very hard to find a live, or not a live write-in, like a IRL write-in, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so it basically, the only like actual meetup that was happening was like halfway across the state from where I am, because I live in literally the middle of nowhere, and even the larger city near where I live just didn't have any meetups or anything. So I was kind of bummed out about this year because I actually was trying to make an effort to be social, and I failed. But the thing is, I attended so many live write-ins and I actually participated in a lot of them and talked to a bunch of people in them. So I decided to award myself the attend a write-in badge because I feel like since I am out in the middle of nowhere and it's not like I have access to another one, that might count just because I have no other option. But I would kind of like to know what you guys think about that, because I know some people will probably be like, it's not IRL, because on the actual website it says like attend a in-person write-in or something. So if you guys think that it's cheating, I will remove it from my badges and I will try again next year. But I kind of want to keep it honest, because I've done all the other badges. That's the only badge that I actually have not done. And I really desperately want it. I tried so hard, but yeah, just in my situation, it's not super easy to meet up with people. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. I'm actually genuinely curious. And also, did you attend any live write-ins? Do you like them? I've been like a lurker in the AuthorTube community for a very long time, but I am only like newly interacting with it, so I'm still kind of like trying to get a feel for the whole situation and actually interact with you guys. So yeah, that's basically it. Except for maybe like a couple of things. So I definitely am now very familiar with using Google Docs, which I use as my writing partner because it's easier to do stuff together, which was fantastic because we could both work in the same document at the same time. So I am like very comfortable with using that program now, and it only took a month after me procrastinating for like 5 years. So that's really exciting. And also too, we figured out like a good rhythm with color coding things, and like it works so well, our system. We just need to tweak maybe 2 or 3 things for the next book. So I feel like so much better about going into editing other books. And I feel like I learned a lot of things this year because it was more interactive, because normally I'm sort of just like a recluse and I sit at my desk and I, you know, don't come out for months. But this year I actually like did things and talked to people and tried to actually still keep talking to people instead of just ghosting everyone for the month. So that was a whole new thing. And I learned that I can do it. Not well, but I can do it. And I would say the other thing too that I am very thankful about is this year I did not have to bandage my fingers from typing on the keyboard. My hands are kind of like messed up because I've had to do so much sculpting, and like I do a lot of stuff with my hands, which sounds very creepy. But yeah, I have been sculpting for years and it's kind of like messed up my fingers a little bit. So there's a point where on my keyboard I start to have like a lot of pain. My hands kind of lock up, and also too just my fingertips feel like they are melting. But this year, by some magical whatever, I did not actually have to bandage my fingertips, not once. I almost did tonight, because I have to say this last little push to get to that extra little bit of words, ooh, they were hurting. They were in so much pain, and I thought about it, but thankfully I didn't have to actually do that this year. So you know, kind of a weird thing to be happy about, but it's a good moment for me. And yeah, also I had some questions actually about the posters on my back wall from a few people. So I have NaNoWriMo posters on this wall. I'll probably do like a full tour of it at some point. And this giant gap right here, there is actually a reason for it, because somebody on DeviantArt asked me why everything else is so tightly packed in, and then it's just like so the thing is I actually have a giant canvas that I am meaning to hang up on this wall, and it's kind of an undertaking because I haven't started working on this painting, but it is like essentially going to be like a royal family portrait of kind of like my booze in my main series. And eventually I'm hoping that I can actually record that and put that on this channel. So like hopefully that will be a thing, but I have to paint it in acrylics, which painting skin in acrylics. Scary prospect. But yeah, that's gonna go there. So that's why there's this giant, like massive space of nothing over here, and everything else is so packed. And then this is a Cowboy Bebop print, and yes, that is Spike, and I love it. I got it at my like first convention that I just went to this summer, and I absolutely love it. In fact, this is basically all the stuff that I got at this convention. Hopefully I'll remember to actually tag people, but if you are curious about any of the prints on my wall, I can send you to the artist that actually made them. I have more of my personal artwork on this wall, which you never see because right now that's the problem side of my room. But yeah, if you have any more questions, just ask. I'm happy to answer. I am just shy. But yeah, I hope you guys all had a wonderful month, and I am going to be announcing my own personal challenge here today, I guess, because it's December 1st. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching all of these vlogs, and I will talk to you guys later and see you in the next video, which will hopefully come out regularly. We'll see. Goodbye.